Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're taking a look at another Ref Says Desu video about there's some drama going on, and yeah, about a Loli VTuber group. I'm interested in what this is about, link as usual in the description. Check out the original video and the channel. Leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content. Let's take a look what this is actually about.
Hey, what's up guys, Rep here. So today we're going to be covering some pretty controversial topics, all centering on this video right here. So the too long didn't read version of events goes like this. A YouTuber named Kat uploaded this video rehashing some drama that already died down about a month ago, where she attacks this Loli VTuber group, and in the process...
So, wait. So, there was drama within this Loli VTuber group. And that drama had died down. So, this cat woman picked up the topic and reused it to erupt this drama once again. I'm interested. This is rather unfortunate in this case. We'll continue.
Spreads misinformation, slanders several parties, even says it's
okay, that
to
is
harass these individuals. And in the wake of that video, multiple VTubers from this group have been mass flagged and suspended on Twitter. And on top of that, several...
I've just saw this talk on Twitter. I haven't watched the video yet. I think 2 of the girls were suspended. I think 2.
Members of her community have proudly shared that they reported these individuals.
Huh? So she made the video and her viewers then went after the girls. This is already not a good start.
To the FBI over fictional content.
What the fuck? To the fucking FBI? Are these people nuts? So here, controversial. It's time for a controversial statement. If you like Loli, so be it. I don't care. I don't want to care. If you like this kind of stuff, I am okay with it. I only care if it is stuff that actually involves actual children. These are drawings, these are fictional characters. I do not care. Let's continue.
And what was her response to all this? All these criticism people are raising surrounding this video?
I wonder.
She has said that she is much larger than these channels and they could never hope to dent her career.
I'm gonna be fully honest, and this is gonna be mean. They're not big enough to put a dent in me, to be honest, okay?
So obviously there's
Arrogance! Let's call it arrogance! Some people who don't know what a narcissist is would probably now scream, narcissist! Yeah, this is mad. Yeah, probably might be a bit difficult. However, yeah. However, Ref is most certainly big enough to put a dent into you. Definitely. Oh my god, how arrogant. And this is like the argument, wait, I need to get the voice right. I have more subscribers, which means that I am right. Oh god, this is already horrendous.
Unpack here, so let's get right into the context. We're going to be focusing on the YouTuber who made that video, a content creator named Kat Liente, or simply known
Kat Liente, okay.
And you can see they have recently rebranded some of their content, in particular on YouTube.
Stream advice TikToker, okay.
YouTuber, not a drama tuber.
Don't take advice from other streamers. If it's not like, if it's technical advice, sure, but if it's like advice on how to stream, find your own way. Because often if you like behave like those streamers, you're taking up a role that is not yours, and it feels inorganic. Just be yourself if you stream. Be yourself if you make YouTube content. Not that big of a deal. Stream advice TikToker. On TikTok. Stream advice. Just give advice on YouTube because you can actually effectively stream there. Who streams on TikTok? Like gaming content, obviously, but yeah. Or VTuber. Let's continue. Twitch partner 61k. News YouTube. Yeah, news YouTuber. I don't know if you consider yourself a news YouTuber if you pick up like dead drama so it can erupt again. Great. Ah yes, okay. As usual, pronouns and bio and blue hair, which is funny. At this point, I believe blue hair is a red flag. I'm starting to believe that. And California, so okay, makes sense. Since PlayStation went Sony. So Sony went to California, they've been acting weird. So it makes sense, I guess.
Like that,
I'm California phobic, by the way.
Look at their content generally.
Just kidding.
A lot of people are confused because for years and years, their content centered on basically trying to better content creators by sharing advice on how to grow on various social media platforms. So a lot of people are very confused as to the big shift in her content recently. You can see exactly.
I guess she just.
So you can see some of the videos here, recent ones. This one.
In some circles, we call this drama farming.
This one saying these scam emails could end your streaming career. 1,000 views. Best free animated overlays. 1.6k views. This VTuber was scammed. 65,000.
She has 50k subscribers on YouTube. I have close to 400. And I make similar amounts of views. I call this a dead channel. That is even more dead than mine. And mine had a huge outburst of content recently, and views and subscribers.
400 views. So it's very obvious that she has garnered a lot of attention with these VTuber news and drama.
Yeah, but would I call this attention? Would I? Let's call it this. Would this be lasting, like, how should I put this? Would this be a lasting viewership? That at the end of the day is the important question. This is why tutorial channels fail. For example, like for gacha games, because eventually they cannot make any more tutorials, and people just look them up for tutorials and not for the content creator. So, and I make similar amounts.
And it's getting way more views than her usual stuff, and clearly that is one of the primary motivations in this shift of her content from.
But how has she get the 50? But even with 50k, your views shouldn't be around the 1,000 mark.
This one in particular, this is the one that a lot of people are talking about on social media. This is a video she
uploaded. The 50. Yeah, this was good.
Titled, "This Loli VTuber group started a hate campaign against another VTuber." And you can see there's a large volume of dislikes, and that's for a good reason. This video is spreading a lot of misinformation, and we're going to get into everything that happened. But let's start.
You know what this reminds me of? The Tiger situation where Noxtakus spread false rumors around. And then Tiger got punished for it. And banned, I think. This seems like a similar case. This reminds me of that.
But the main focus here, this is on the topic of Loli, okay? And as someone who clearly is a tourist to these various forms of content, she is definitely
of course she's a tourist. She's also a tourist to VTubers.
Her basis is on the fact that these people are lolis and making sometimes sexual content.
See, I'm not a tourist. I just recently starting to do this VTuber thing, But I know VTubers. I first encountered VTubers when Project Melody started to blow up back then, and yeah, I don't watch her anymore because I really don't like her content anymore. But that's besides the point. So I kind of see a lot of these. I've seen a lot of these things that went down. So yeah,
with that stuff.
I've been there for a while.
Definition of the term lolly.
There is a whole debate on the definition of lolly, and I did not know this was a thing until I made my other video about potential lolly baiting VTuber. Whether you think it is or not, up to you.
At this point, you've put colored hair into the red flag.
From my understanding of the term lolly,
list.
I've only heard of the term lolly used in a negative way, in terms of referring to people who enjoy very, very slightly suggestive child-like content.
A lolly can act childlike. However, that is not a staple in that genre, I would say. There are plenty of lolly characters that are simply just that. Like P-type women. This tourist is making my brain melt. Let's continue.
I have not heard of it used in a context to refer to small, petite women. Some people on the internet, under my other video, were stating that, oh, lolly is just a term to refer to small, petite women. They can be of age. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I have never heard of it used in that form until literally I posted the other video.
That is because you did not do any research on the term. Any. This is essentially spreading rumors that your friends have told you about, but you did never look up as why. Huh? This is so brainless.
So right off the bat, you know things are bad when someone is
interchangeably
using the term lolly and lolicon. It just shows that they have no idea what they're talking about. And sorry, Urban Dictionary and other places like Twitter are not reliable sources about this. You are being fed misinformation, and you're believing that this is somehow a negative connotation by itself.
Yeah. She just
age and not a body type.
Picked it up on Twitter without actually doing any research.
It's okay if you are disgusted by this stuff. It's okay if you hate it or don't want to see it. That's totally within your rights. But you're
exactly.
When you go out and harass people over this stuff. When you see a group like this and you don't like what they're doing, just block them and move on with your day. Instead,
I'm gonna cite Shoe on Head here. Tune into literally anything else.
People like Kat and a lot of other people, including VTubers, have gone on their way to launch witch hunts against these individuals, largely fueled by
actual witch hunts.
The term lolly, which refers to a petite.
Oh my god!
Manga and other works of fiction. So here is a good example to disprove what they're trying to claim. Like, they're trying to claim that it has to do with age. For example, Rebecca from Cyberpunk is
this is a lolly.
A lolly character. She fits the definition to a T to anyone who's knowledgeable about this. And a lot of people go, wait a second, she's in her 20s, how does that work? Well, again, it has nothing to do with age. In fact, the creators of the character refer to her as a lolly. So if you think I'm wrong...
It's a body type. To me, lolly is a body type. That's it. That's the message.
You're claiming that the studio who made her in Japan is ridiculous.
In a minute.
Moving on, we have
fixed it.
Videos on her channel that just don't make any sense. She has tackled this subject of lolly multiple times, and every single time, it's
funny.
clear she has no
Tiger.
idea what she's talking about, and she even admitted that.
Well, Tiger isn't a lolly. Well, not by... obviously, sure, the definition he would technically... But it's not a woman. That's a shoda. I guess it's not the term. Yeah, I think...
Watch that she made these videos without even knowing what the definition was before she got into it. Which, by the way, since she has learned the definition, she got the wrong definition. But this video right here, she talked about the subject out of nowhere, right? She's very foreign to this. It's a very controversial topic. It led to this VTuber getting harassed by a lot of people. And then the next video she made, she defended Tyga. So in this video, she was demonizing Loli VTubers, and then she defends Tyga, who is a very open Shotokan. And he is someone who was recently banned on YouTube. He's been treated extremely unfairly.
There was a lot of rumors spread around. He got harassed, he got stalked, all that stuff. Really sad. You should look into that.
She defended him, and she didn't even know he was a Shotokan. She could have done 1 second of research and realized that's who he was. And
guess she's now a PDF file.
It's filled in her comment section where people are slandering and harassing him as a result of her making this video in the first place, not knowing the first thing about him. And here's another great example. She made this video about the VTuber Irina. 5 minutes she spent talking about this Loli VTuber, who definitely is okay with lolicon stuff. It's very obvious by her account. She spends all this time defending.
Of course she's okay with it, because she can farm it for content.
She didn't even know
just like I'm now farming the situation with content.
In the comment section, like, oh, I had no idea about her. Well, I know about her. I covered some
except that
she was facing over a year ago.
I'm actually against these girls getting harassed.
Of VTubers over this Smash or Pass Loli edition here, and they shared the same sentiment.
Let me say this: if I do find their accounts on YouTube, I will link them in the description. Go say hi. Check out their channel. I will link them. I don't know their names. I will find that out. I'll link them.
That Kat does in her video about
a little bit support
Loli VTuber group that she talks
for
about,
these content creators.
Her being harassed, falsely reported, when people could have just blocked and moved on. And
this is so ass.
Just from the title and the thumbnail paints a very clear picture. She has said that Loli is a negative connotation in her mind. Well, she put it right in the thumbnail, so it's already starting off with a negative.
Oh god!
And then read the title. This Loli VTuber group started a hate campaign against another VTuber. So they're making it very clear that there's some innocent VTuber who was attacked by this.
That VTuber probably wasn't innocent
in the situation, and that is very clearly not the case. Now, in the situation, we have 2 primary Google Docs. That's not obviously the whole story, but you have one Google Doc that was shared.
I missed the times where there were like 3 or 4 hour long videos on a content creator. Now they're putting out these Google documents or PDF files. Or any other text format. What's next? What's next? Fucking letters? Like literal letters?
That is painting this VTuber group as these horrible harassers who were the aggressors in this situation, and it shows a lot of not safe for work content they made. They made claims that they're sharing illegal content and breaking the law and all sorts of crazy things. And then there's a Google Doc that is a response from the girls showing the harassment they faced before they ever even responded to anything, and providing very, very important context about the situation. Now, what did Kat go with? Well, she chose one document to go with and completely ignored the statement from the girls.
She went with the bad side and didn't look up the good side, like the response. Yeah, of course. I think, hot take, I think that she quite very much knows what the term loli means. I think that she did this on purpose so she could farm content, because she knows that those VTubers have no chance at, as she put it, put a dent into her. At least she thought until bigger content creators reacted to her and are now going to put a dent into her. Yeah, I don't think she saw that coming.
Deep dive into Lolipuff, the name of this VTuber group, their individual members, and proof of all their vile behavior / views. Now, this document is an absolute dumpster fire. It is being clowned on.
Dumpster fire!
This is the primary source of her entire video. This Google Doc directs everything she says.
Okay, so she
everything in it, and you can see The person was getting clowned on. You go into the replies, it's people making fun of them for how unserious this document is, and also how ridiculous it is, and how much it's harassment and false reporting.
It's a nothing burger.
What a brave individual.
It's pointless. There was no reason to make this.
They're not even letting people respond anymore and to call out some of the faults.
Yeah, because they're getting their ass beat.
If you really want to see how unserious this person is, and also
Show
how
me.
Cat is, look at the Google Doc itself. Here's the documents. At one point, can you see this? They have folders labeled Bambi, Direct CP, Bambi, Direct CP. They have folders titled CP. Are you kidding me? If they actually believed this stuff was CP, they would be committing multiple felonies doing this. It would be possession and distribution. These would be literal felonies.
Wait, couldn't you sue these people?
That's what they're promoting. This is how they're trying to attack these VTubers. In fact, let's look at one of the examples.
I wonder, couldn't they sue them?
Of Riri Direct CP. This is a photo of this VTuber who is an adult holding a stuffed animal. They believe this is...
Wait a minute. Yeah, this is a stuffed animal. I am now posting CP audio. Yeah, you get how ridiculous this is. Because of these people, we're gonna end up with actual CP being legalized again, because people don't know what CP is at this point. God.
CP, which, of course, like I said, they saved and then distributed, and then Cat covered
Add a woman
on her video.
Picture.
Very ridiculous
with
stuff.
a stuffed animal.
But this whole
CP.
thing relies very heavily
What are
on
these
a false
takes?
narrative, a one-sided narrative of the situation where she paints this VTuber group as the aggressors in the situation and says that this Niyumi individual is the victim and someone who was totally innocent in the situation, and these...
Okay, I wanna hear what she did.
When that is not the case.
They're behaving like children and starting smear campaigns. So if you completely omit all the lolly stuff from this, there was one creator named Yumi who made one tweet stating their opinion, and this group got so pissed they started an insane hate campaign in their Discord. They got 2 creators banned and were trying to actively...
That's also a content creator that we're watching that also made false allegations, spread false rumors, and
insane. And in my personal opinion, it's really stupid.
So this
did not make actual news, because news should be neutral.
She says this is all she did. This is all this Niyumi person did. It was the only thing that happened, and all of a sudden, this VTuber...
So you're like a paralegal lolly tummy like me.
And many others. Where she said, I'm gonna throw up. Y'all can't tell me that lolly tubers don't know what they be doing. Petite women, my ass, y'all are weird. Where she has this quote from Riri saying, do you like barely legal lolly tummy? And this whole thing is ridiculous because they could have just blocked and moved on, but instead they painted them as essentially pedo bait, and then we're trying to say that they're legally aged, but somehow that's problematic because of the term lolly being attached to it. But it goes way further than that. That was not the first tweet or the only tweet in the situation. You had other VTubers like this Pippin Otter individual saying this: if you are following me and support these girls, please unfollow me. I'm not comfortable with grown women acting like children and being not only extremely sexual, but using slurs as well.
Based.
And they quote retweeted their group here out of thin air. It wasn't like they did anything.
Depends on the slur, though.
Call out post for no reason, calling them some sort of bait, right? And then also claiming they were using slurs. And here's their proof that these individuals were using slurs. This right here, a meme.
For real? For real? We're considering memes slurs now. This is peak Twitter. This is peak Twitter. I tell you, this is peak Twitter.
By the way,
this is Twitter at peak.
Cat would also show another example of Bambi's supposed racism. The only issue here, by the way, is that
soft and word never expires.
So that kind of defeats everything you're saying and just shows how ridiculous this witch hunt is. But
I should follow these girls, even though I'm not into lolly. I should probably follow these girls. They seem based as fuck.
In the wake of the initial call out, that were saying all kinds of horrible and threatening things to these members of this VTuber group. This was before they ever made a response. On top of that, let me give you a small sample of how vile this situation got. So during this whole harassment campaign, a lot of the VTubers from the group went private. And this was the response to someone discovering that Riri, one of the members of this group, a pregnant woman, by the way, was considering...
Wait. They arrest a pregnant woman. Continue.
To take her own life.
This is starting to make me actually mad now.
A person's response to that. Maybe you should start thinking about the child in your belly and stop sexualizing children. You are literally perpetuating the situation that happened to you, stoking the fires of men and women who want to sexually harm children. What an unhinged response to seeing someone...
PDF files who want to touch children will touch those children, regardless of there are Loli YouTubers or not, VTubers or not. There is no correlation between those two things. Oh my god.
Clearly distraught about being the subject of a harassment campaign. Now, going back to Kat's video, she uses this Naomi tweet as the...
Is it just me, or are there a lot of leftist VTubers? Like, there's a lot more than there is, like, based VTubers.
Entire basis.
I feel.
This is all that they did, supposedly, before the VTubers in question would launch a harassment campaign. However, that wasn't the only thing Naomi was doing. They were clearly stoking the flames. They were celebrating being blocked. I mean, it seems like they didn't have too much of a hard feelings about the situation. They weren't threatened or anything when they were gleefully celebrating getting blocked by these people. They were harassing, by the way. And on top of that, it seems from tweets like this, like they were encouraging people to falsely report their accounts. And they were even doing it in DMs. On top of that, someone said this, Loli, what are you scared of a little 4-letter word, when they censored it? And Yume basically gave their description saying they're fine with Loli until it's sexualized. And they replied to this user saying, keep yourself safe. Now, unless you're very new to the internet, people use this phrase as a replacement for...
Let me guess. Kill yourself. Let me guess. That is what it means. Also, they are scared of the 4-letter word.
KYS. Encouraging someone to game end themselves. So they're saying this person should game end themselves over just calling out the fact that this person's scared of a 4-letter word. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, of course, there was maybe...
The power of a 4-letter word.
I thought it was pretty obvious what they're trying to say. However, they would show up in Elara's stream. Elara earlier today had a stream where she was talking about this drama, and actually me and my wife, Darling Straub, were watching it, and Straub would confront this Naomi girl because she showed up in the chat. She had the nerve to show up. And
I just followed her recently, so...
Who were you directing that term to? When you were saying this, keep yourself safe, was it one of the girls, or was it one of the other users trying to participate in this conversation?
Yeah, she's also based.
Directly confirm that she didn't say it to the girls, but she said it to a lolicon, LOL. So basically what she was saying is, oh, I didn't say it to the girls, I just said it to a lolicon, so it was fine. So they're actively trying to encourage someone to game end themselves over fictional content. And on top of that, they would get confronted by...
She really did not make a point for her in when she said this. Kind of an L.
Which I give her big props. She tried to get a real explanation out of her and really confronted her on this. And this was her final response, saying, I have nothing to add to that. I gave my opinion on lollies and told them to keep safe. Which, unless you were born yesterday, you're not buying that. So that
Nope, we are not.
Tweet. This was all that Kat cited in her video as proof that this was just a harassment campaign launched by these individuals. Now, this is a Discord...
There's more Discord stuff as well.
That they were the aggressors in the situation. We now know that this response came after a wave of harassment. Now, what they say here is that they want to basically report everyone who's going after this VTuber group, and that you want them to graduate, they don't care, and they say...
All of them.
Insults them, all that stuff. This was bad. This was not a good move, by the way. It's something that should be condemned. Okay, they shouldn't have responded like this. But the reason I bring this up is that this is portrayed as an unhinged response to one tweet, when in reality, it was a bad response to...
I think I'm back. I just started to stop randomly recording, but I think I'm back. Let's continue. This is somewhere close. This should be somewhere close where I stopped.
This was just a harassment campaign launched by these individuals. Now, this is a Discord screenshot that...
Okay, now we're back. I think now we're back.
The aggressors in the situation. We now know that this response came after a wave of harassment. Now, what they say here is that they want to basically report everyone who's going after this VTuber group, and that you want them to graduate. They don't care, and they say insults.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad look.
This is not a good move, by the way. It's something that should be condemned. Okay, they shouldn't have responded like this. But the reason I bring this up is that this is...
I mean, it's kind of understandable. They wanted revenge, so it's kind of understandable.
...portrayed as an unhinged response to one tweet, when in reality, it was a bad response to a very large level of harassment being launched by dozens, if not hundreds of users. All of that context...
Yeah, this is sad.
And this is what we got. And again, this is not something to be condoned, but I think you could understand why they were so heated in this moment.
Yeah, it's understandable. Totally.
That the members of this group would apologize for this action in their Discord server, and they would immediately take it down and apologize. But this person wouldn't know this. Kat wouldn't know this because this was contained in the Google Doc released by these girls that she completely ignored. She did not make one reference to anything. Not.
So here's a hot take. She knew that there was a different side to the argument. She knew also that focusing on the other side would not give as much attention as actually starting drama, which, you know, drama does really well on YouTube. I think she did that on purpose, but that's just my opinion.
One reference to all the harassing tweets directed towards them, nothing. She just went with the original Google Doc by the person trying to smear them, and that is it. So I think given all this context, there is a lot to unpack here, and we got a one-sided story on a very controversial...
Imagine calling yourself a news YouTuber and then covering news one-sided. That is not a good look.
...set of topics where a lot of people mobilized in response to this to harass and further report these individuals from this VTuber group. And the issue here, the real heart of the issue, is that this was framed in a very, very poor way, and it led to additional harassment on a situation that died down. And the
even more
issue is, it wasn't until basically the end of the video where Kat ever said, please don't go out and harass these people, which is ironic because earlier in the video, around the 10...
The vast majority of people that watch this video have not watched this video until the end. They clicked somewhere in the middle away and then got into the harassment.
Minute mark,
yeah, very intelligent.
It's okay to harass people like this.
Wait, what?
So it's clearly contradictory, and on top of that, she
wait, she was fine. She said it's okay.
That these VTubers face, to the fact that she...
Yeah, this is...
The next person is Loli. Yeah, why can't you act your age? Here's the thing. If you want other people to act their age, allegedly, and just, like, not harass, some harassment is deserved. If you are into children, you deserve...
There was never any evidence that these content creators were into children. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever posted that. I want to say that somebody here deserves harassment, but I'm not going to say it.
Harassment. Like, here's me. I don't like soup. A lot of people like to not hate on me, but they dog on me because I don't like soup. I know me not liking soup is a really...
We're gonna grab her, kidnap her, and feed her soup.
niche opinion. Most people are going to dog on me for not liking soup. I do not like
We're gonna
ramen, I
force
do
her
not
to
like
eat
pho
soup.
because there's soup in here. It is a niche opinion that I have, and I know that because I have this niche
There's
opinion,
only
most
soup.
people aren't gonna agree with me. When I say, oh, I don't want to eat it because I don't like soup, I get a lot of people being like, oh my god, you don't like soup? How can you not like soup? Soup is so good. You should try it. It comes with a territory because I know I have a niche opinion. I'm not mad that people, make fun of me for not liking soup. I don't force people to understand what
I make fun of your gigantic forehead.
soup, and other people don't force me to drink soup. And it is what it is, and we have a mutual existence, and we call it a day. We agree to disagree on—
This reminded me of the soup meme. Where it's like, there's only soup! Where are you? I'm in the soup aisle. Go into the next aisle. There's still soup. Where are you? I'm in the soup store.
the concept of soup. And the same thing with this like lolly content, it's kind of the same thing. You have enjoyment or
Yeah, then she just straight up admitted it. She does not like lolly content, and then that's the reason why she went after those girls. Or whatever. Then so she essentially just admitted it. You 100% know the definition, yet you do this.
kink. And
You just
this is
admitted
really
it.
hard for me to say because I have my own personal opinions on this. At best, you are into something that most people are not into, and that most people find weird. So therefore, you should understand that it comes with a
Girl, there are a lot of lolly communities. Blue Archive, Zenland Zone Zero, some Genshin characters. There is plenty of lolly characters out there.
People that don't like
Plenty of people that like lollies.
and just mind your own fucking business. And
It's not a small community.
Somebody doesn't agree with you is insane because of one tweet. That's like me going out starting smear campaigns against people who like soup. You're one.
Yeah. You went after people who like lolly content. Even though lolly content is perfectly fine, in my opinion.
Fighting an uphill battle, you're not gonna win. But two, it's just dumb. This is literally on a basis of opinion.
So I don't think it really surprises
The interesting part is, let's be honest, she only went after those VTubers and spread those false rumors because she knows that those VTubers are too small to defend themselves. That's the act of the cowards, targeting smaller creators.
In the wake of this video, there would be additional consequences and harassment launched towards the members of this group, beginning with this right here. Two of the members featured in Kat's video would be mass flagged on
Good that I know their names. I'm gonna put, maybe if they have a YouTube channel, I'm gonna put their YouTube channel on here.
People in her community were boldly sharing, and this was something she shared on stream with this screenshot. They were reporting.
They reported them to the FBI. Even though the FBI has way more important stuff to do, they still reported them to the FBI. This, ladies and gentlemen, is mental fucking illness.
These individuals, these VTubers, to the FBI through the electronic.
If you cannot differentiate between reality and fiction, seek professional help. You are sick.
Tip form, which by the way is absolutely disgusting. It is a massive waste of federal resources, resources that could go towards helping real victims of crimes. Instead, you have people at...
It's also because essentially you are making allegations that somebody likes to touch children. That can be damaging to their reputation, that can be damaging to their life permanently. Because at the end of the day, these are false allegations, because there are no real children involved.
The FBI sifting through tips involving inactionable fictional content. What a waste. What an unbelievable waste. In fact,
I'll be real. if the FBI sees stuff like that, they should just straight up charge the one who is filing that report. Just straight up charge them.
Organizations that are
Punish them for their own
these sorts of
stupidity.
situations have actively begged people to stop making false reports, to stop jamming up the systems. That is why they can't act on real tips, because they're wasting so much time on false reports. And this is something that Kat would be confronted with, and this was her response. False information spreads very quickly, so always check your sources. I said in the video, the author of the Google Doc reported them to the FBI. It wasn't me, with a silly little emoji attached to it, like so unserious. And the audacity of this individual to talk about false information.
That is, again, because she may not admit it, but she has a personal problem with lollies.
Spreading very quickly. It's just too much. And on top of that,
holy hell,
want more clarifications. So your response seems very flippant.
This is very much infuriating.
I just want to ask, and I never got an answer, just to clarify, do you condemn people wasting federal resources to fictional
Well,
content?
since you never got an answer, I guess the answer is very clear.
This is really the cherry on top. So over the past 24 hours,
this is the tweet that I saw on Twitter. This exactly from Andy. This is the exact tweet that I saw.
And this was her response on stream.
Gio, I've been lurking for a while, and I don't know if you mentioned this yet. I haven't talked about the lollipop stuff. I will not talk about it on stream, because I'm probably going to make a second video about it, but my Twitch will get banned if I talk about it on stream due to how sensitive the topics are, so I'm going to record it off stream. Didn't know if you mentioned, but worried with all the
Yeah, because you want to farm the content.
Organizing a mass report raid. Yeah, what are they going to do? Mass report me?
Yes, they should, to be fair. They should. Honestly, fuck it.
Look,
Uno reverse.
Fully honest, and this is gonna be mean.
An eye for an eye.
Enough to put a dent in me. To be
honestly.
Honest, okay? I've already called out Gideon, and I had the entirety of Gideon's Stan fan base mass report me. So that their little lolly accounts is not gonna put a dent into me. Okay.
So
love the arrogance. I love the arrogance.
It's so big compared to these VTubers she called out that they couldn't make a dent.
And now ref strikes. This is so funny. And you have somebody like ref just straight up bonking her. That is insane.
If I ever sounded this full of myself, it's time to retire. Okay, like
arrogance.
This is absolutely crazy. The
arrogance.
Narcissism.
We call this arrogance.
And I also think a lot of this has to do with the fact.
I wouldn't really call this narcissism. Narcissism is disregarding somebody else's feelings and just caring about yourself. And this is arrogance. This is Vegeta, kind of. Levels of arrogance.
Never faced any real controversy in terms of her content, because
well, guess now she does.
Years, she made content about how to improve your numbers as a streamer. It's very, not controversial, and now she's making these very
well, it can be controversial.
She clearly has no.
I guess this is the way to boost your numbers. Lie about things and farm drama.
No idea about, and she's getting criticism. And she doesn't.
I hate people like that. Oh god, I'm getting angry. This is not good.
At the criticism being launched.
I'm happy this video is over because I'm getting a little frustrated.
Okay, well, you called out a very small group of VTubers. Why don't you call out Hololive next? I mean, if you really think these things are dangerous, one of the biggest VTubers in the world.
Who have we here? We have. Is this Kizuna AI? Yes, this is Kizuna AI. We have. The other two I don't know. The fourth one I don't know. Gura. Another one I don't know. This is Marin, and the other one is Pecora. Okay, I know three. I know four of these. One is an AI.
The biggest VTuber in the world are open lolicons.
You're gonna get your ass. Imagine going somebody like that going against Gura. You're gonna get your ass beat.
Gargura, I mean, you're untouchable, right? If you're truly believing in what you're saying. If you ignore Hololive and much bigger...
Is this a challenge?
...support this kind of stuff, you're full of it. You're a hypocrite and you're a coward. But you say you're untouchable, so we'll wait.
Yeah,
on
like I said,
the big
she just
Hololive
went after
expose
those
in the
VTubers
coming days,
because
I'm sure.
they are smaller.
But on top of that, if you don't want to go after the Hololive
Nike,
VTubers
Wuwa,
with the big
Genshin,
VTubers, you go after
Honkai's,
some of the creators of the
Azure
games that you
Lane,
openly say you play, like
Arknights,
Nike,
Snowbreak.
Genshin, Honkai, Azure Lane, so on and so forth. Games that feature sexualized characters, and yet you support and play these games. It's very, very hypocritical.
Yes, there's probably more games.
That is the situation for now. A very, very messy.
Dragon Quest has a lot of characters that could be considered lolly.
Feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you.
I did. Thank you very much for making it, and that I can react to it. My take on this situation is... lolly is fine. I don't care, it's fiction, it doesn't involve actual children. This isn't a news YouTuber because news usually are neutral and are not one-sided. In my opinion, she purposefully ignored the side of the Loli VTubers because she has a personal agenda against lolly content. She 100% knows what she is doing, and the fact that she is doing probably another video shows that she is actually just doing this for content. She's a hypocrite because she does not go call out any video games. She doesn't call out any of the bigger VTubers because she 100% knows that she's gonna get the absolute shit beat out of her. That is my opinion. If you like this kind of content again, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you even made it this far. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.